Everyone, my name is Sarah Hunstead. I'm a paediatric nurse, a mum of two, and founder of CPR Kids. And today I am going to be talking all about some of the fantastic resources that are out there on the internet, on the end of the phone, to help you through your parenting journey. There's so much stuff out there, so you can get really confused about, what is a good, reputable source and what isn't. And so we've gotten a selection here of some of our favorite, but this is no means an exhaustive list. What I would love you to do is, as we go through the different topics, pop in the comments below resources that you have used as well, because the more people who know and understand that there is help out there, that is fantastic. And it is out there. So we'll go through that. First of all, I'm coming to you from Gadigal country today. I'd love to know where you are as well, because we've got people coming from all sorts of different places, from different countries to different states in Australia and so on. And I'd love to know where you are coming from. And not only that, when I go through a lot of these resources today, you may find that you go, okay, yep, all right, so that might be a Queensland one or a Victorian one or a New South Wales one or a Tasmanian one, but I live in Western Australia and I've used this one and it's fantastic. Please pop that in the comments below. That would be really, really helpful, so that we have got lots and lots of good resources. So what I will do is I will change my screen now. There we go. And we will start. So first up, one of my favorite resources, and I want you to put this number in your phone, is the poisons info. So 13 11 26 is the number, and that is Australia-wide, 13 11 26. And on the website, there is some good resources as well. So there are some fact sheets, and you can subscribe to the newsletter too, which has got, it's actually quite good. You get lots of different information as well. And so make sure that you do have that number in your phone. Now, also, this is New South Wales based, this particular one, but the Queensland poisons info as well, it has got a fantastic online resource that talks about all the different plants, mushrooms, fungi, all of that kind of stuff. We use it all the time at CPR Kids, looking at all of the different, let's just grab one. Okay, let's go. What's a crab's eye? I don't even know what a crab's eye is. Let's have a look. There we go. So you can see that they talk about, they give you pictures, they talk about the plants and exactly what to do. The signs and symptoms you can see here about, what can happen and especially what to do. So particularly if, you're unsure about a plant in your backyard or in the home, being able to go here and actually find that plant is a fantastic idea. So particularly like the Queensland one too. So what else we got? Fact sheets. There are loads of fact sheets out there. The ones that I particularly like are the Sydney Children's Hospital Network ones, Queensland Children's Health, and also the Royal Children's Hospital in Melbourne. The great thing is that they are available in a range of different languages, which I think is so important. And so you can see by clicking on the translations page that there are quite a few different languages that the fact sheets have actually been translated into. And also, speaking of fact sheets, Children's Health Queensland, not only do they have the fact sheets, but they have got, under their information for families, they've actually got a sepsis information page as well. And this has got some really, really good resources on here when it comes to sepsis. So make sure that you have a look at this. And particularly when we go to, could this be sepsis? Because this is the question often, and you can go back to the CPR Kids video that we did with Children's Health Queensland as well, around sepsis. So they've got all of that stuff that we talked about on the live, because it was actually just when they were launching this website that we did that. So go have a look here. There's so much to read. I'll let you go through that. I could talk about this for ages. So I particularly like this when it comes to knowing the signs of sepsis and could this be sepsis? So make sure you go have a look at this one. What do we got here? So this is the Royal Children's. So this is the Melbourne one. So with the Royal Children's, what we've got here is they do have the fact sheets, but they've also got a podcast and also an app. But in their videos, there is some great resources here, particularly around COVID testing for kids and so on. I love this one around PPE, because a lot of kids, if they have to go to hospital, can be quite scared with all the nurses and doctors in their PPE. So that is a really good one. There's lots and lots of different things here. It really, I think one of the biggest things that we need with kids is that we are preparing them, and medical play and all of that kind of stuff. So this is such a good way to be able to help prepare kids if they need to have anything on here as well. So even this one here, I remember my youngest was terrified of having an X-ray. I'm not sure why. She could never articulate why, but even though, you know, there's no pain involved in an X-ray, but when we actually got her to watch a video, and she was fine with it after that. Like, that fear dissipated, because I think it was the unknown that she just really didn't know what to expect. So being able to use these, very good, particularly blood tests one as well. So having a blood test, remember, it's that unknown. So definitely, there you go. That is an absolutely brilliant one. Now, what else? Health Direct. Love Health Direct. Why? Because you can just get on the phone when you're unsure of what to do. They will go through their algorithms and direct you what you need to do. But there's something else that they've got that I'm not sure many people realize. They actually have something called a symptom checker. Now, they've actually got so you see on the screen here, the symptom checker, they've actually got more. They've got burns, they've got wounds, there's all sorts, but let's just do breathing problems for a start. So first of all, a disclaimer, when to call 000, so we know. And then what we do is you go through a checklist, and it will direct you what you need to do. So it's going to check the symptoms for you or your child. So I'll say female, let's say 5 years. Next. Okay. Breathing problems. Do any of the following apply? And so you can go on and on. So I might say, okay, we've had an injury. All right. Next, fell out of the tree. Do any of the following apply? I'm going to say, yes, that they are making grunting noises. Okay. Next. Okay. There we go. Call an ambulance right now. All right. So there we go. So, and you can go back and edit them, but the symptoms are actually, you're checking where you need to go. So I think this is an absolutely brilliant resource to be able to do that. Okay. So what next? So Health Direct, always a good one. All right. Here we go. Mother Safe. So for those of you who are pregnant or are trying to conceive, or any of that kind of stuff, Mother Safe. And sorry, the reason I keep turning is because I've got 2 screens here, and all of this is on my other screen. So that's why I keep looking around to the side. So it's not that I'm not paying attention to you, okay? So Mother Safe. This is a really good service provided by the Royal Hospital for Women, and it's all about different things, such as prescription drugs, what you can take over the counter, street drugs as well, all of that kind of stuff, infections, radiation, occupational exposures, as it says on there. And the best thing as well, it's got a whole lot of fact sheets too. And non-English speakers can also access this service through the TIS National. So by calling the number that's on the screen, that is 131450, everybody can access this. And the other good thing as well is, looking at this, is that where it's got fact sheets and so on, you can go through and have a read about all of the different things related to breastfeeding and pregnancy and so on. And there is also information too for other states. So useful links. There's a whole, if you scroll down, there's a whole lot of links to different resources, and also baby, child and family health. And also it will give you links to other services in different states as well, because this is specifically for New South Wales, but in every state there is this available as well. Okay, so what next? 1-3-Sick. Now, just to let you know, we are not funded, affiliated, or anything like this with any of the websites or companies that I'm talking about today. Not at all. Okay, I just want to make that really, really clear. This is just what's available that we know is run well, that has good evidence-based information. So I just want to make that really, really clear. We are not, sponsored by or funded or anything by any of these. Just wanted to make that very, very clear. So 1-3-Sick, I think, is particularly handy if you're unwell and so on, because this is the doctor home visit service. It is not Australia-wide, but it's close, and they're getting bigger. So it's the largest network, but at the moment just Northern Territory and obviously some regional areas as well. But 1-3-Sick is a doctor home visit service. And one of my favourite things as well is Cub Care. Now, Cub Care is urgent paediatric consults. It is run by paediatric emergency physicians, and it's telehealth. So it is all online healthcare, okay? And the way it works is that you book an appointment. You basically book in online. It runs after hours, so it doesn't replace your GP. Okay, it's an after hours service depending on what state you're in, but it's Australia wide. And you basically have a telehealth consult with one of the paediatric emergency physicians, and then they create a care plan. So you might be kept in their virtual ward for the evening, or they can do all sorts of things like order blood tests, prescriptions, all that kind of stuff, and they will direct you if you need to go to hospital as well. So I think this is just one of the best services. To have a paediatrician on the end of your phone is next level. And yes, there is a fee, but the price is lower with a referral from your GP. So go to their website and have a look, and you can investigate that as well. So yeah, Cub Care, fantastic. Now, we've talked a lot about the physical side of things, but what about taking care of our mental health as well? So, and also just, all of that kind of thing, like sleeping and settling and breastfeeding, all of that kind of stuff. So we've gone the illness. Now, what about the other things? So Karatani, you can call the Karatani care line at any time. So what Karatani do is that they help with advice with sleeping, settling, all of that kind of stuff. They also have virtual services, so that you can go everything from toddler behaviour to parenting workshops to breastfeeding clinics, all of this kind of stuff. So Karatani is available, and also Tresillion. So Tresillion with your sleeping, settling, feeding, all of that kind of stuff. There is a lot available online as well as their other services. So go to their website and have a look as well. And the other thing too is that New South Wales families at the moment have got free access. And the screen has just changed, so that will go. But you have free access to some of their services too, which is really important. Now, what I would love you to do is that if you aren't in New South Wales, what do you have from this early parenting, so this early childhood education and care? What do you have in your state? So I would love you to post down below the resources that you have, because I could have gone through every single one, but I just wanted to grab two. I want you to put down below what you have used in your state as well. So there we go, free access to Sleep Well Baby app. Okay, so there we go. All right, another really good resource is Pregnancy, Birth and Baby, their helpline. All right, so this also has links to Health Direct too. But basically with this one, when you call the helpline, you are talking with a maternal and child health nurse. So all of those questions, and they're available between 7 a.m. and midnight. So really, even, when it is that 11 p.m. and you just need to talk to someone, give these guys a call. Okay, they can be really, really helpful. So it's midwives and registered nurses who actually staff this, the Pregnancy, Birth and Baby. So jump on the website and there we go. And you can also do a video call as well, which can be really helpful. All right. So, and it's got what happens when you call the helpline and so on the website. All right. So that's Pregnancy, Birth and Baby. Now, next we have the ABA. So this is the Australian Breastfeeding Association, and it is the Breastfeeding Helpline. So if you need help with breastfeeding, then calling them on this number. And the best thing is there is an interpreter service as well. And I think that's one of the good things about so many of these government services is that they are designed for many different languages, which is exactly as it should be. So that is a good thing. Now, next, Parentline. So Parentline is a counselling and support service, and it's designed not just for the little ones, but for parents of little ones, but all the way up to the age of 18. It is such a good resource, and they've got lots of different things from emergency contacts, parenting courses, that immediate counselling service. So really contact them. And you can talk about, all of those questions that you have and that support that you need. Okay. So Parentline is available, even though it says Parentline New South Wales, it is available Australia-wide. Okay. Very good. Now, next, Panda. So Panda is the Perinatal Anxiety and Depression Australia, and it's supporting not just women, but men and families as well. Okay, so it's not just for mums. And I think that that's what a lot of people think, is that it is just for mum, but it's not. It's affected for, it's everyone. And, it's for people who have been affected by anxiety and depression during pregnancy and the first year of parenthood. So they are a really good resource as well. And the other thing that they have is that they've got the helpline. But what I love here is that they've got support if you're feeling really anxious about, COVID-19 at the moment. And I can imagine that being pregnant or, bringing a little one into the world at the moment would be a really highly worrying time. And I think that having these resources, it was really important. But also what I particularly love here is if you're unsure, about thinking, I don't feel right, but I don't know what's going on, then you can actually do these checklists that can help you go, okay, then I do need to get some help, or actually no, I might be all right. So absolutely go onto their website and do these checklists, and they'll be really helpful to directing you with any help that you need. All right, so next up, Pink Elephant Support Network as well. So with the Pink Elephants, it is all about supporting miscarriage and early pregnancy loss. Okay, and it's just such a beautiful and necessary and safe space to get support. Okay, so go to Pink Elephants, and there is an online support program there and lots of other resources. Okay, so, and also not only that, it's about how to support your loved ones who are going through pregnancy loss as well. So really important. Okay, so that's Pink Elephants. And then, of course, we've got Lifeline. Now, everyone knows about Lifeline. You always hear, okay, Lifeline, you can call them anytime. But did you know that they have a text service? Sometimes you just can't say things out loud. Sometimes it is too hard to pick up the phone. But maybe being able to text or do a online chat is doable. So that's why I particularly love this, that you can actually text back and forth. It is such a really, really good idea. At the moment, it does say that it's offline. I'm not sure why. When I opened this up about 10 minutes ago, it was online. But please, if you need support, please don't be afraid to ask for it. And there's lots of different resources here for you as well. So lots of different information and support, and particularly going through just different areas and links, which is really good. Okay. The other thing that I haven't got up on the screen, which is also I've got a complete mental blank. I just had it in my head. Oh my goodness, Kids Helpline. So for the Kids Helpline, I might actually just bring it up on the screen now as well. Here we go. So Kids Helpline. There is stuff on here for kids aged from 5 up. There are really, really good resources the kids can call. There's chats, there's groups, and there's so many different resources here as well. Okay, so have a look at that for your kids too. And I think also, just even if you're not worried about how your children are feeling at the moment, your older kids, even just showing them this and just going, if you were to not feel great, if you were to feel anxious or depressed or anything like that, and you can't talk to me, your parent, about it, this is available. So letting them know that this resource is there for them is really important too. Okay, what else? So we have Beyondblue, okay, as well, which you can get immediate support, and also for people whose English is not first language as well, there is the translating and interpreting service, and also the National Relay Service as well for those who are deaf or hard of hearing. So it's available. And you can also jump into forums with other people as well and just chat, email, you can chat online, or you can call. So really good resource here as well. And also 1-800-RESPECT, so domestic violence. There is lots of good information, resources, and particularly counselling and support on here. But understand that it could be really, really hard to be able to call or to be able to, if you're in this situation at the time. One thing that they do have is a quick exit button. So up here, you're able to quickly go up, hit exit, and it will just simply go back to the Google screen as well. So it's got the quick exit, and then you can go back in your browser as well. Okay, so just be aware that that is there. Okay, and there are lots of different resources there too. And last but not least, of course, the Domestic Violence Resource Centre in Victoria as well. So this too has a quick exit button, and there's lots of resources on here. Now, this has not been an exhaustive list. There are so many more good resources out there. There really are. And what I would love you to do is, if you've used any of them or if you know of any of them, please post them in the comments below. I'm going to be putting a link to every single one of these in the comments below. Might take me a little while, but I'll do it. And I'd just love to you to do the same, because remember, I could be sitting here for the next 3 hours with some of the great resources that we do have. But I just want to make sure that if you have used something that you think, Sarah, you didn't say it, you've got to put this on here, I would love to know about it, because remember, I live in New South Wales, so I am more familiar with the New South Wales stuff. I would love to know what you've got in your state that you've used that has been invaluable help to you. Okay, so I will say goodbye for now. I will see you again tomorrow. I will be on live with Deb Levy talking all about croup, and then I will be back on Thursday as well, and I'm going to be doing a demonstration of CPR for babies. So I will see you soon, everyone, and take care. Okay, bye.